They saying Mike's about to blow though. Tell me something that I don't know. With the crowd bouncing like bogles. You can come on the tour bus, just please no photos. But they're out like Somo. Cause we be going off on the off nights. Cause I've been on every single song I put my pin on now. They don't know, or maybe they starting to. Cause I work so hard that it's hard to lose. Top spot, I'm taking that face to face. Got a bottle in my hand, I'm facing that. Cause if winning is a habit, then I've been an addict. Every night it's cinematic. When you roll with us, and we won't live forever. But I will remember when I met you in the summer. And I came to your town.
Is that true? It's true?
Yeah, 100%. It's 100% true. You can have,
What do I get for $2?
$2. You can get a small one, which is only $2. That's $2.50. That's $3. You can have a cappuccino, latte, flat white, long black, short black,
I'll grab one of those. It's so expensive to buy coffee in Australia.
When I met you in the summer.
Solar powered bins? I use the sun to squash your rubbish. Solar panels. The future. What a novel idea.
Baby, white girl but the curves are crazy. And she up all night like Adderall. She like sushi too, we compatible. And these other guys have it, so they mad to know. Cause I'm ill like a dragon roll. Got cover girls in my room, but they don't need no makeup though. They just trying to party. Live too fast to take it slow. Got summer flings and these summer things, but we just making memories. Just promise you'll remember me in that time when I met you in the summer. And I came to your town. We fell in love. Then we burned it to the ground. And we could be together, baby.
So after hitting the beach today, I saw a lot of people lazing around, drinking coffee, looking at the surf, going swimming, etc. And it got me thinking about this stereotype about Australians, that Australians are lazy. And this is an old stereotype which began several generations before, and I guess to some extent my parents' generation, to some extent there were a lot of lazy aspects to that, but there's so much more intelligent, qualified human capital and competition entering this country that is far more difficult, and standard of living's risen, the cost of living's risen as well. So there's no way we are the lazy country anymore. It's far more difficult to get by being a lazy person in Australia. So I bet if I was to go and interview people in the street, they would say that we're lazy, because that stereotype is still alive here in Australia. So I'm up for a debate. Let's go see what people think about that. And if they say that we're lazy, I'm going to throw some facts at them and see how they handle it. Are Australians lazy?
Yes.
Are you working here in Australia?
No, I'm studying.
You're studying.
Yeah.
Are you studying full-time? University?
Yeah,
or?
university.
You're not working at all to support yourself?
Yeah, I'm not working at all.
Oh, where do you get your money from?
My parents.
Where are you from?
China.
But you're not working. Your parents are supporting you.
Yes.
Doesn't that make you lazy?
Yes. So I like Australia.
You're Chinese. Your parents are paying for that.
Yes. So I'm lazy. Australia is lazy.
That doesn't make Australians lazy.
Yeah, okay. I think Australia is.
That makes Chinese lazy.
Yeah, I'm lazy. Thank you.
Are Australians lazy?
Are Australians lazy?
Yes.
I am lazy, so yes.
So you're not working?
No, I'm a student. But
Are you studying part-time or full-time?
Full-time.
So you're living with your parents?
Yes.
So they're supporting you and paying for your university?
No, I'm paying for myself.
If you had to pay rent...
I am paying rent.
So you're paying rent?
I'm helping my mum pay rent.
But you're not working, so where's the money come from?
I'm relying on Centrelink, to be honest.
That doesn't pay very much, does it?
No, it's only 200, about 200 fortnightly.
Is it easy to live in Australia? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Ish, so-so.
Cost of living is cheap, university's cheap.
No, it's not.
No? Saying that you are a good representative for the rest of Australian society?
No.
Are you just one of the special lazy ones?
Yeah.
Isn't university really expensive?
Yes, I had to take a loan.
Ah, so you're on a loan.
Yeah.
When do you finish your degree?
In about 2 years?
In about 2 years, how much in debt will you be?
I don't know. I haven't counted.
Approximately 30 grand?
Maybe more.
40 grand.
Probably around there.
Okay, so being lazy right now, are you going to get slugged later on in life? Is
Yeah.
life going to be very difficult later on?
Yes, it will.
Okay. Do you think Australians are lazy? Do you think it's easy to live in Australia when in 2 years' time you're going to be 40 grand in debt?
No, it's not gonna be easy.
When you don't actually own anything, just have sort of like a qualification?
No, it's gonna be difficult. I know it will be difficult.
So are Australians lazy?
I'm gonna say no now.
Are you working in Australia?
Yes, I work in Australia.
Is it easy or hard working in Australia?
It's very hard.
Whereabouts are you from?
I'm from Chile.
So do you think it's more difficult working in Australia than most countries in the world?
Yes, it's very difficult and too hard. Very hard.
What about expenses? Cost of living? Do you spend a lot of money on rent and food, etc.?
It's too expensive. The food, the rent, the transport.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, like homeless people don't work, but that's not exactly fun.
I mean,
Or like if you live with your parents or whatever and they like rich parents or something like that, then you're not working. But I mean like the average run-of-the-mill human being that has to do a job to pay rent and survive, is it easy for them?
no, not in Sydney, no. No. I'd say people in Australia are quite fairly hardworking.
Are Australians lazy?
Who's
Is,
late?
is it easy to work in Australia?
Well, I'm not working yet, so
You're not working?
no.
Are you
Student.
studying? Okay.
Yeah.
Full-time, part-time?
Full time?
Full-time.
Yeah.
So how are you supporting yourself?
With my parents?
Rich parents.
Oh, not really though.
Are your parents in Australia?
Nah, they're in Korea.
Okay, so rich parents in Korea are paying for your rent and your university,
Yeah.
everything.
Yep.
Okay. So does that make Koreans lazy?
Well, not really though.
You're not exactly a good representative for South Korea, by the way.
No, I don't think so. No. But Australian friends are not lazy though.
No?
No.
So are your Australian friends working hard?
Yeah.
Yeah. Easy. On the spotlight.
I think yes.
Really? Are you Australian?
No.
No? Where are you from then?
I'm originally from India.
Is Australia an expensive place to live?
I think people say yes, but to me, I think it's okay.
So you think it's cheap to live in Australia? Are you working full-time, part-time, studying?
I work for myself.
So you have your own company?
Yeah.
Are you making a lot of money? Is that why it's cheap to live here?
No.
Australians are lazy, it's easy to live here, it's cheap to live here in
Not
comparison to
cheap,
India.
Like not cheap, but I think with the amount of money you earn, you can easily afford the things you like. You know, like a house, car.
Really? So houses are really cheap in Australia?
Well, I think if you work hard, they're not that expensive as compared to some of the other cities around the world.
What's the average house price in Australia?
Depends on the state. I think in Canberra it's about 700 to 800,000.
Okay, so that's cheap, do you think?
I think it's okay.
What's the average wage in Australia?
Probably 70, 80,000.
Yeah, so how many years would that take you to pay off your mortgage?
Depends what do you do. If you're only relying on one stream of income, then obviously it's going to take you the whole lifetime.
Include the interest, how many years is that? 30 years?
Depends how much money you're making from there. Because some business can make $1 million a year, and the other business might only make $100,000 a year.
Are you trying to say most Australians are making $1 million a year?
No.
How much money are most Australians making? Let's be honest here.
Probably 50, 60 grand.
50, 60 grand.
Yeah.
So how long would it take the average Australian to buy a house
Probably
in Australia?
about 25 years.
25 years. If they have the second income to keep themselves afloat and they're not allowed to have children or possibly eat.
It really depends what the people do, mate. Like, you know, like someone's working in IT or if someone's a scientist or something, you know, their wage is much more than most of the Australians, you know.
Do scientists earning high wages represent the entire society of Australians?
I don't think so.
What about the people earning less than 50 grand? How do they survive?
I'm not too sure how they survive.
But are Australians really that lazy? Like, we got a small population, yet we're on the world stage competing with
I
the
would
world.
say lazy.
Just think about how small our population is compared to the rest of the world, and we're kicking ass on the world stage.
24 million people. So this is what I'm saying. So if the number of people increase, I think the money will, I think.
So you're saying Australia has the same amount of money as India?
No.
That's human capital. If everybody works, therefore they make money. So my company has one person in it, and your company has 5 people in it. Who should be earning more money?
Me.
I am going up against India though. It's a tough one. It's a tough one to crack, right?
What are you guys doing? Like,
Are Australians lazy? After I put a few, I can explain. Are Australians still lazy?
I will say I still have a mixed answer. Yes and no. Some are, some not. You know,
This
I've seen some
isn't
people
Indian
work really
talking
hard.
though. He's coming from one of the most difficult places, to work and live. There's a lot of difficulty there. So.